Hey y'all.
Hey.
Today we're going to talk to y'all about a calf.
A cute little calf.
A red calf. Not this red calf, but this red calf right down here. So, there comes a pregnant heifer, or two pregnant heifers. Look at them. Waddling up the hill. So, here he comes. All right. So this little guy right here, number 64, aka Linguini. We're doing L names this year. He gave us an exciting night the other night. Him and his mama.
Yeah.
Lily is the mama's name. She's a first-time heifer, and she was in late. Well, she was in. I could tell she was going to have her calf from the time I fed that morning. I thought she was acting a little off. Came back at like noon and checked on her, and she was off by herself in the woods, kind of holding her tail up. I thought, yeah, she's going to calve probably today. Checked on her a couple more times throughout the day. Not really any progress. And then I came up at what, maybe 6?
Probably 6 or 7.
Probably around 6 or 7 last Wednesday evening, and she was laying down in the field.
Thursday.
Thursday, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Thursday. Yeah, I came up around 6 or 7 and checked on him on Thursday evening, not Wednesday, and because I was thinking Wednesday, but it was Thursday. And she was laying down in the field, had her leg out, and I could tell she was pushing, but there were no feet or anything yet, so I just sat around and watched her, and I could tell she was starting to progress. She got up and moved a couple times. They'll get up and lay down sometimes, walk around. Well, probably at like...
We had friends over, so I was at the house with our friends. I'd been starting seeds and we were eating dinner.
It was probably...
It was getting late.
9 or 10. The feet were out. Had been out for probably an hour or more, and I still wasn't seeing a nose. And I kind of wondered, should I intervene? I felt like I should, but I didn't have the stuff I needed to intervene because I wasn't expecting there to be an issue. So I left her up here, went back to the house, got the things I needed, a rope, some lights, got Jenna and our friend Aaron and Kylie. Yeah, the ones Aaron was here when we had to help pull Cookie's calf.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're here for both calf pullings. But anyway, I came back and we found her. She was still had not progressed any at all. I had to rope her and we pulled her up to the truck and where we could work on her, kind of keep her restrained a little bit. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, so he was able to get her rope pretty easily, which we weren't sure how that was going to go, but he was able to. She kind of had herself pinched up in a corner with trees and stuff, so it worked out. And you just pulled her out, and then you pulled on the feet a little, and then I said, well, check for position. The baby's head might be turned, which next thing you know, you're up to his shoulder.
I had to push my arm in up to here, like push the baby back because his head was turned around,
turned backwards,
looking back over his shoulders.
So when a cow gives birth, so a calf presents, or a kid, a goat kid, or a sheep, or most animals, you're going to see feet, and then you want to see a nose pretty soon. So they should be positioned like a Superman coming out. And if you see feet or 1 foot and no head or whatever, then you need to check positioning because you're probably in trouble.
Yeah. So I pushed him. I had to push him probably a good foot back in to the birth canal, reach around and figure out where his head was. I had my fingers all in his mouth and nostrils. I felt his teeth. I was like, okay, that's his head. Because everything feels slippery.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you can't, it's hard to tell what's what.
Heads from tails.
Grabbed him by the nose, pulled him back forward, got both feet and pulled back, and got the feet out and the nose out like I should have been seeing, 2 hours before this.
And we didn't know if he was going to be alive or not at this point because it had been a while, so we were concerned that he was not alive.
Yeah, so the hope was we get him positioned right and then she can push him out. Well, it wasn't happening. We were pulling. I tried pulling by the feet. They were too slippery. I used my jacket for grip, or I used the towel too for grip. I could not get him to budge. Ended up putting ropes on around his ankles, and Aaron and I both
took both of them
pulled as hard as we could.
But we could see his nose twitching, so I was like, I think
he
he's
would
alive.
wrinkle his nose every once in a while, and we're like, okay. It was just, we pulled.
He was stuck. Way more stuck than Cookie's calf than Zara
Yeah,
was.
And I have a calf extractor, a mechanical calf puller, but I didn't bring it because I kind of forgot that I had it because I've never used it, never needed it, and the last calf we had to pull, I was able to pull it out. So it was really hard. I mean, Aaron and I probably pulled with all of our might for 10 minutes.
At that point, the cow was down on the ground again. She dropped down and she was not pushing anymore. She was just...
Yeah, she was done. She couldn't do any more. And
y'all pulled, it was probably 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Finally, he came out. He was breathing, but he just laid there. He didn't really do much. We rubbed him with a towel. Then I said, we'll put him in front of her because she was sniffing back towards him, but she couldn't reach him and she wasn't getting up. So we moved.
His calf.
Another calf is coming down. We moved him in front of her and she began licking him immediately, which we were glad because with a first-time heifer, you just never know how they're going to do.
He's used to people because he was handled a lot.
Yep. So we put him in front of her. She started licking him, but he still was just kind of laying there. So I told Kylie, we'll rub him vigorously, rub his rib cage. And she said, as soon as she started really rubbing his rib cage, like life came into him. He jerked up and sat up and was breathing fine. And she was licking him, but she wasn't making an effort to stand up. We were up here for a good while and trying to get her up, and she wasn't standing. So we finally moved him just out of her reach, and that did the trick. She was able to get up. We were getting concerned she had a pinched nerve and couldn't get up or something.
Yeah.
She got up, and then he was having a hard time standing, so Derek was picking him up. But by the end of the night, which at this point it's midnight,
Yeah.
he had nursed. He was able to.
It was 2 a.m. by the time I got down and got in bed.
Yeah. So he had got him up, and once he was up, he would walk around, and then he would go. He found the udder and nursed, so that was good.
He's doing great now.
He's doing great. Next day we weren't sure, we're like, is he going to be okay? You never know. And he was fine.
Yep. I want to show you all this calf. Go get the camera and show how wide his head is. He's not a huge calf, but he has a very wide head.
Yeah, when his head started presenting and he was stuck, I was like, this has to be a bull calf with a head like that.
Yeah. Oh, hold up. He's afraid of the camera.
Oh.
Well, I was going to show you his head. His head is wider than my fist, but his head is really like that wide.
Yeah.
He's got a really big head, which is part of the problem once we got him positioned right, why he wasn't coming out. So here are two heifers, and they're afraid of the camera. They're heading off. Or that one is.
Just forget it.
This one is Squidget. Look how wide she is.
Wide load.
She's going to be calving, I'd guess in about 3 weeks. Just judging from when I started seeing development in the udder, and she started getting a little bit springy. So I'd say she's 2-3 weeks out. And we have that one, the one that just walked up here, the black one with the green tag. She's close to as far along as Squidget, maybe a week or two behind, I would say. Then, where's the other black heifer? There's another black heifer up here that should be calving soon. And then we have 14, I don't know if y'all remember, we called her 14 not so heifer. Because she was 14 heifer until she had a calf, and then we just changed her name to not so heifer. Yeah. So, like I was saying, there's a red cow that's this red cow's sister that's gonna get calf soon. But I don't really want to walk up there near her. She's not the most friendly. She's a little
moody.
She's a little testy. You never know what you're going to get with her. Same with this one, but she's walking on right now, thankfully. All right.
So, and as far as our dairy girls go, we have Cookie is still in milk, but we're going to dry her off by the end of April so just a couple more weeks. She is due in end of June, but we have Sadie, one of our jerseys we got last summer. She is due the very beginning of May. So
yes.
I'm hoping she goes a little early so we're not without milk, because we're going to be without milk between the time that we dry Cookie and Sadie calves. And then the first week we don't really drink the milk because a lot of it's colostrum. So, and then we have Dahlia, and she's due about the same time as Cookie. They're both due about mid to late June. And then of course we lost the other one, Mabel, so we don't have her. And we're just hoping Clary calves. You just never know with Clary.
Yeah.
She's right here. She's little. She was given to us by our neighbor. She's a Jersey Holstein cross, so she has a calf about every other year. So we'll see. She should be due to have one pretty soon. This year she should be due to have one. So hopefully she'll calf for us. We'll have lots of milk coming in. But that's our cows update. pretty
Yeah.
much. All of our babies
Exciting
come in.
calf delivery.
Yep. And in other news, we actually ended up selling a bunch of our pullets that we had bought in January, but they're like 9 weeks old. We are getting so many eggs, way more than we can eat and way more than we can sell. So we were like, we really don't need these pullets, and we're spending a ton in feed because feed prices have skyrocketed, as everybody knows, and we're feeding non-GMO soy-free, so that's already an added expense. So we were like, you know what? Let's just sell off some of these pullets, and then we're going to keep a couple.
And they're all in the backyard.
And they're all in the backyard. Yeah. So we've been selling those, so that's going to help cut the feed bill a little bit, but we are getting 100 meat chicks probably next week. So lots is happening. I started tons of seeds. I showed you all the seeds I was going to be starting my tomatoes and peppers, and we got those started the other day, and they're sprouting. So spring is in full swing.
It is.
It is definitely definitely spring, and I'm like actually hot in this sweatshirt. I'm like, I thought it was cooler outside than it is. I'm so used to it being cold that now it's getting hot, and I'm like, oh, I need to, not hot, but warmer.
Right.
I need to start dressing appropriately for the weather because I'm sweating. But
Yep.
Anyway, I guess that's it.
I think so.
Thanks for hanging out with us and checking out our cows, our new babies. They're so cute. I love spring and new baby calves.
Yes.
They're so cute.
They
Anyway,
are.
we appreciate y'all. If you're not already subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a video. Give us a thumbs up so YouTube will know you're enjoying this, and comment below. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
See y'all later.